Welcome, friends, to episode 21 of 5 Minutes with Gray Haired Dave. My name is Gray Haired Dave. My name's Dave. I have gray hair. I have a gray beard. I actually wear glasses just about like the ones. I've got a pair that look just like the ones on the artwork. I think he's a little bit better looking than I am. The people who made that for me did a fine job. If you want a sticker with one of those, it says 5 minutes of gray hair Dave on it. I've got two kinds. You can send me an email or leave me a voice message on the website. It says, hey, I want one of your stickers. And I'd be happy to mail one out to you of either kind. I got the white background. I've also got them where they're just a little bit sparkly. They're cool. Also got some keychains. If that's something you're interested in, let me know about. I might be willing to to part with a couple of those. Anyway, today, folks, we're going to talk about something that I was thinking about while I was out driving around. Yes, I went out and I was driving around this morning. My position has changed temporarily, hopefully temporarily, at the company I work for, and I'm going back to my old job, which is fine. I like my old job. Don't get me wrong. It's a great job, but I have to go get a different set of costumes. So that being said, I went out to the costuming department today to get new costumes. And I thought, well, geez, it's a nice day down here in Florida. Why don't you go for a drive? So I did. I got the car washed before I went, so it's all nice and shiny and sparkly. And we're on our way out for a little drive. And I drove past an area that has a lot of restaurants. And when you're close to theme parks, you're going to get a lot of restaurants. Because not everybody stays on property. So, there's a lot of restaurants. There's all the big chains. Chains. Restaurant chains. And that got me thinking, what restaurant chains do you remember when you were a kid that aren't there anymore? The first one that came to my mind was Chi-Chi's Mexican restaurant. Now, it may still be out there somewhere, but they had the best chimichangas I ever had. And their nachos, their nachos, they were just nachos and queso sauce. They were just to die for. I don't know why maybe they never were going to be big up down here in the South. Maybe they're still around up north. I don't know. Maybe I should take my own advice and look it up. But another one was Bennigan's. There was a chain. It was a great chain. It was a lot of fun called Bennigan's. And they went out of business. And I know there's one in town. And they changed the name to Brannigan's. But they kept everything else the same. But they had a great Monte Cristo sandwich. Oh, it was really, really good. And it's restaurants like that I remember that will always be and have fond memories for me. The people I went with to those restaurants, especially when I was up north. Because I didn't eat out as much when I was up north. I did in the latter years because it was just easier when you're single to go to the bar and get takeout or go to the bar and eat there. And the bar I used to go to had great steak and great hamburgers and great, all kinds of great food. But it's not the same when you're single to go out to a chained restaurant. Olive Garden's down here still. We've still got the new ones like Cheddar's, and we've got Miller's Ale House, which is good. Twin Peaks, which they got a huge variety of beer, and the beer is always cold. I am not fond of their portion sizes. So for the meals, for the appetizers, they're great. They got good wings, all that fun stuff. But it's not the same anymore, is it? So do me a favor, go to my website, 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. That's the number 5, minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. And in the little microphone on the bottom right-hand corner, tap on that, put in your email address, leave me a note. What restaurant do you miss? There was one up north in Michigan called Cony Island restaurants. They were everywhere. And they weren't, I don't know if they were so much a chain. Maybe they were. But man, they had great Cony dogs, and it was like a makeshift diner, but it was really good. I went there quite a few times, and a friend of mine down here, Fred, he and I were talking, and he goes, Dave, there is one here in Florida. I go, no. And he found it, and he showed me the website. And because of the position that I just left, we were never able to get together and go over there. But I tell you, I do want to get back and go over and try it. It's over on the west coast of Florida, and I'm going to give it a shot here soon, hopefully. Fred, if you're listening, leave me a message here and let me know, hey, when we can get together and go. Fred and I were also going to start a podcast called, we hadn't figured out the name yet, but it was going to be by Michiganders who had left the state about Michigan. It was going to just be Michiganders about Michigan. And we were working on that a little bit at a time, but we'd never really sat down, figured it out, and it's decided exactly how or where or what we wanted to do. So it didn't go anywhere. But there's still a chance out there, right, Fred? Give me a call. Give me a sec. Give me a shout. So, folks, don't ever give up on your ideas, because you never know. It may not work today, but that doesn't mean it may not work a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now. This podcast I'm doing right now has been in my head for quite a while. And then I decided one day to just get up off my buns and start doing it. And I've been having fun with it. And I hope you've been enjoying it too. And oh, by the way, yes, indeed, folks, we are now on Apple Podcasts. I'm so excited. I hired this guy to change my artwork. He did a fabulous job. Thank you, Samuel. And I went through and jumped through all the bells and the hoops and everything else that had to be done. And it's up and it's live on Apple Podcasts. So hopefully my listenership will go up. And if you're new, please go all the way back to the beginning and hit them all, because some of them are fun. Some of them are just, I'm sure. But, they'll get better as time goes on. We all do. So back to our regularly scheduled programming about what we were talking about. I was talking about restaurants, right? And ChatGPT, the list it sent me, said that I should be talking today favorite sports moments. Recall sports events and athletes you admire. Well, this is relevant because this is now football season. It's the end of football season, professional football season. And I tried watching Pro Bowl yesterday. I really did. And these guys are having a great time, and I'm happy for them. And Eli Manning's team won. But remember I was talking on the last one where they they play flag football now. Now they've reduced the size of the field. It's only half the field. It's only 50 yards instead of 100. I saw that and I went, okay, I'm done. I can't watch that no more. I'd check back every once in a while, and the score was just growing and growing and growing, and that's great. But it's like, okay, I can't do that. No, that's just, and I understand those guys make so much money that if one of them got hurt, that's a huge amount of financial responsibility that could really hurt them down the road. And I don't want to see anybody get hurt. But I did watch some recaps of old ones, and at least when they were wearing pads and helmets, these guys didn't have helmets, didn't have pads. I mean, they were in shorts because it was a great day yesterday in Orlando. It was a gorgeous afternoon. It was perfect weather for the Pro Bowl. We've been getting a little bit of rain lately, and I was thinking, they'll cancel it or they'll delay it because of rain. I'm glad they didn't have to. That was fun. But it's just not the same anymore, and things change. And if you're a baby boomer, and some of you might be this way, some of you might not, but change is hard for a baby boomer. And if you're not a baby boomer, change is hard. We're used to doing things the way we've been doing them for so long, and then all of a sudden, boom, somebody comes up with a different idea, and we're doing that now. Where I work, change is inevitable, and change is a process, and change is required. And in the beginning for me, that was very hard. It was. But I'm to the point now where I look forward to it, to change. I do. It's exciting to see what's coming down the road and everything else. And I think that we all, as baby boomers, need to jump on board and say, yeah, okay, I'm going to embrace change too, because the moment you do, your life becomes different, and different can be very, very good. So I didn't talk much about sports memorabilia or sports moments. I'll get to that eventually, because there are a few Super Bowls I really enjoyed. When the Detroit Tigers won the World Series, like in '68, things like that. But all of a sudden, the lawn guy a couple doors down is here. So I'm going to call this the end. Excuse me. I'm going to call this the end for today. So don't forget to tell your friends, folks. Tell them I'm even on Apple Podcasts for those who have iPhones. Hey. Just look me up. 5 minutes with Gray Hair Dave. I'm Gray Hair Dave. You're going to hear me again tomorrow. I look forward to it. You all have a great night. Bye.